Hey guys, good morning from the north lawn of the White House, where we are making our way in. What's that hose over there? They were doing the floors the other day, maybe that's it. And TV crew's getting their gear ready. We have got a departure in about a half hour, so we're gonna go down and grab our ladder, get up for the preset, and then we're out of here. And we're out of here for like a week or so, because he's going off to Tahoe and to Maui. So we're not going to see him for a while. Where's the ladder? Has it rained lately? No, my ladder is dry. We're stuck here. Let's go on backwards. Anyway, we got a helicopter at about 11:20. He's going to fly up to Pennsylvania, pay his respects to the former First Lady of Pennsylvania. Then he's off to Camp David. Tonight at Andrews Air Force Base, the Prime Minister of Japan and the PM of Korea will arrive on their flights, and then they're going to go meet him at Camp David. Wow, that is one really long stick. Is that for washing windows? That's insane. Time to wash the windows at the White House. That is a big stick. Everybody else? I think that's the easiest. No, go ahead. Did you hear that? Dude. Aaron. He's here. He's here. They just said ground floor. He's coming quick. Sorry. Go ahead. Navy has the football today. Alright, we have to get down from this ladder or we're gonna die. What's that? Is that Eagle? Another helicopter. Okay, we're done. And we're out for about a week. I don't think he's coming back here for a while, so take a good look at the rose garden. We won't see it again probably till late next week. Top team is still here. Counter assault team. Okay. Still there. All right. Okay, another uneventful departure. He did not say anything. I think it's about 2 to maybe 3 weeks since he's spoken to us at the White House. The press is gearing up to go to Camp David tomorrow, so not a lot of activity today. There's not much to say. What are they doing over there? I'm going down on the ground for something. Whew, it's hot. Yeah, what do we got going over there? I know there's some service tunnels over there. Maybe they're going down into those, like electrical conduit. They redid like the whole White House was surrounded by a conduit last couple years ago. All right, we're out of here. Okay, Biden's away, Vice President's away, Congress is away, but I'm still here, and this is still Washington. Let's go explore, yeah? Let's go find something interesting. Now, there's been an officer-involved shooting up on Georgia Avenue, which is off to my left, but it's way up, 5700 block. That's like 50 blocks away. That's 50 stop signs, basically. I don't think we can get up there. Not any details. I think it might be a domestic dispute involving a police officer. We'll know more later tonight. All right. Let's spin past the White House today, where we just were, and then we'll go into the city and maybe get some French fries. Pennsylvania has reopened. I think it had closed because they were doing something over there. I'm not entirely sure though. No, he's having fun. Truth Conductor can't compete with the guy, the dancing guy, with his national anthem.
That's what I'm trying to do. All right, so if you want to hear your dancing,
all right, pretty chill today. Let's go into the city. Ooh, some sort of food court down there. Let's go over that way. Okay, we're back in action. We had to clear off the SD card. Happens when we have too many videos. There is the lodge. It's been stripped of paint and burn marks and is being rebuilt. Now that tree over there where everyone picnicked, that's the lightning tree where the people died. 3 people died in a lightning strike about a year ago. We have some stand-up crews out here. Oftentimes the foreign media comes out here to do their stand-ups because they're not allowed in the White House. They don't have clearance. Oh, we got a guy with a megaphone. Oh, she's mad at some court decision decided here by the appeals court. I bike by and she doesn't scream. Well, that sucks. Now she is. Let's go back around.
Found the school guilty of discrimination and retaliation.
Ooh. Timber pizza. Bunned up. There's not a lot of food out here. I should come out here to eat more often. They're selling peaches and honey, fresh flowers, lavender. I don't really have a need for lavender. So this is kind of a farmer's market, kind of a lunch market. So over here is McPherson Square. This was the square where the homeless had set up a massive tent city and were cleared out by the local government and the feds, basically. They have renovated the park. It's very nice. It looks very nice. And they're doing their best to keep the homeless from moving back in. But a few of them have shown up on the edges. I think they have a no camping rule in the park itself. So they're still here. I mean, they just sort of blend in, sitting on the steps, carrying all their stuff. They didn't solve the problem, they just got them out of the park. And now they're in other parts of the city. That, by the way, is the Embassy of Belgium, kind of hidden away. They used to be up by the Vice President's house. They used to have this really nice embassy, but they sold it and decided just to move into some regular old office space. Guess they needed the money. They sold the Belgian, I think the Vietnamese government bought the Belgian embassy property, and they're going to move up there eventually. So up there, that is the Washington Post building. Those two spires stand over the Washington Post offices, and they look out over Franklin Square, another park that was renovated so that they could kick out all the homeless, which they did about a year or two ago. But this one actually has like security guards and cleaning guys who chase off the homeless. So there's the Post over there, the old Franklin School. As DC has become more gentrified, families have moved out, and single, double income, no kids have moved in. And a lot of the public school buildings, well, they got taken over by condo developers and whatnot. This, I think, however, is a museum or an art space. But a lot of other buildings, a lot of other schools are now hosting condos. Oh, there's a cool fire station up here. Ooh. This bike is light except for the seat, which is not comfortable. So this fire station up here hosts Engine 16 and Tower 3. Those are the two first due engines at the White House. Both of them have the presidential seal on the fire trucks painted on the back, but these are the trucks that go to the White House first if there's an emergency. Where should we go today? Let's go this way. Let's wander around this way. Doo-doo-doo. That's the Strong John Thompson School. Thompson, actually, I think that one is still a school. They still have the elementary school sign on it. And you could have a crazy trivia game in Washington of who's in what park. I mean, which statues are where. I have no idea who that is. Perk. Okay. Truck. Let's go down this way. Oof. So this is a Marriott or a Hyatt. This is like, those are the Marriott Marquis, which is a really high-end Marriott. Trump has spoken here. Biden has spoken here. I think the First Lady went to lunch here or something like that. But what you don't know is before it was a Marriott Marquis, it was a bunch of old townhouses. And those townhouses were in the movie Mars Attacks. So if you watch the movie Mars Attacks, the final scene when they're pulling out all the dead Martian bodies from an old house that had like no front, the whole front of the building had been ripped off, that was filmed right there at the Marriott Marquis in the old townhouses just before they destroyed them to build this hotel. Anyway, little random Washington trivia and movie trivia. What do we got? Oh, up here we've got the Washington Convention Center. So if you guys ever come up to DC for a convention, this is where it'll be. The original convention center was on my right, and then they decided to expand and build it over to the left. If I recall, I think this might have been the location of Griffith Field, which was where the Redskins used to play. I don't really remember exactly where it was. Some of you old timers might remember. But I think the Redskins used to play at a stadium right down here. All right, let's keep moving. All right. Executive Council, New York Life. All right, I guess that's a convention. A lot of this area has been renovated in the last 10-15 years. They've torn down the old little houses and shops that used to be here, or they at least kept the facades. Like this street, they kept the facades as they built new buildings behind it all. The restaurants, though, they all left. There's a bunch of empty storefronts down this street and around the corner. Rents are a little bit too high still. Let's go down into Chinatown. Oh, over there is the Carnegie Library, which was the DC Museum until Apple bought it, or whatever, refunded it, and that's now the Apple Store. The headquarters of Apple is in the Carnegie Library. Down in the basement, though, they do have a tiny museum of District of Columbia, some old pictures and stuff. All right, let's go into Chinatown. Now, everybody around DC doesn't really call it Chinatown. They call it China Block because, well, there's not that much left of the old traditional Chinese Chinatown. At one time, there were probably over 1,000 Chinese residents living here, more, and lots of restaurants and shops and groceries. But as the land values went up, many of them decided to take the money and moved out to Rockville, Maryland, or out into Virginia. Today, Chinatown still has the requirement that all the signs be in English and in Chinese, but not that many Chinese places left. There's a ramen bar, there's a Chinese knick-knack shop, that's the way, and the pharmacy, it's a Chinese pharmacy. But this is a smash burger, and there's a, what's that, a watch bar, what the heck's that? And then there's the Chinatown Arch from Taipei government. I would note that the Chinese who were here in the 80s, 90s, and aughts were very, very pro-Taiwan and very, very anti-China. When the Chinese have like their Chinese New Year parade here, the Chinese embassy does not send representatives because they'd probably be booed by some of the Taiwanese who are here in the crowd. There's the Capital One Center. That's where the Wizards play and the hockey team, Capitals. And over there is the American Portrait Gallery and the American Art Gallery, Smithsonian Art Galleries. All free, of course. Ooh. There's a car about to hit me. Now, this is the old Patent and Trademark Office over here on the right. And over, it's now like a hotel. But over on the left was one of their more famous employees, a woman named Clara Barton. And Clara Barton set up her first charity for servicemen over in a storefront right over there in a townhouse. Go drive by it. And as you know, Clara Barton went on to form the Red Cross. So you could actually say the Red Cross had some of their roots down on this street, just off Chinatown. Where is it? Oh, there it is. The Clara Barton Museum. It's that building right there. Missing Soldiers Office, run by Miss Clara Barton at 437, what is this, 6th Street? 7th Street? 6th Street, Northwest. All right, let's go this way. I just saw there's a barbecue place over there. Ooh. We'll just turn right on red. Straight up ahead is the FBI building, but not for much longer. They're going to move. Nobody knows what's going to happen to that actual building. A lot of people think it should be torn down. It's so brutalist and ugly. This is an area called Penn Quarter, which is the U.S. Navy Memorial. They have a sailor standing watch out above a map of the seas, surrounded by water, and some signal flags. I think they spell Navy Memorial. I once looked it up. We'll swing down here. I've shown you guys this before, but it's kind of cool. Let's go over this way. So they've got these friezes of military life all around here. And if you go down a little bit farther, there, exploration, oceanography, and research. And the sculptor is Antonio Tobias Mendez. Antonio Tobias Mendez has a father named Tony Mendez. You may remember him from the movie Argo. Yeah, Tony Mendez is played by Ben Affleck in the movie Argo and was the CIA Master of Disguise. He's the guy who got the American embassy personnel out of the Canadian embassy in Tehran through a complex game of, well, misdirection and confusion and whatnot. But his son, Antonio Mendez, is a famous artist and has done sculptures all over the DC area and the East Coast. A lot of them baseball and other stuff. I think there's some statues by Mendez at Orioles Park, and I think also there's some at Fenway in Boston. Anyway, so if you go looking around at statues someday, look for that name and remember the CIA connection. All right, let's go up to the Capitol, yeah? Let's go towards the Capitol. There's not much going on there. Here's the archives. You've seen this if you watch the movie National Treasure with Nicolas Cage. They went in that entrance in the movie. So the other day, you guys, through here. You were asking about these gatehouses. These are one on each side, one here, and then one on the other side. Oh, that's interesting. They've got a ramp here. Are they going to actually open this up and replace it with a ramp? This has been closed forever, but maybe they'll put a ramp up, let cars exit. Now. It's sprinkler day on the south lawn. It is quite warm. But, you know, they weren't running the sprinklers when the helicopter landed. What happened to the geese, too? They're all bailed out, I guess. Over there is the Daughters of the American Revolution Memorial Continental Hall, Constitution Hall. That's where Marian Anderson was denied the right to sing, leading to her singing on the Lincoln Memorial. That was the statue we saw, or the art exhibit being set up the other day with blue bottles. Next to that is the American Red Cross headquarters, and then the Corcoran School of Art, part of George Washington University's Fine Arts Department. Though I think actually their photojournalists take some classes there. GW has a photojournalism school. We see a lot of them at the White House, actually. Oof. In we go. Then dock again. Okay guys, so that is Thursday. Biden is away for a while. We're not going to be back in the White House for a few more days. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I'm going to be busy tomorrow. I might have a video, but probably going to be too busy. We will see you sometime this weekend though. Thanks a lot. See you soon.